have a few expectations for y'all. The one thing I think is really important whenever we're doing art is to not fuss at each other and talk about each other, because I think it's the artist's job to just make people think differently. So you can make whatever you want and it's different, and that's okay, right? Another really important thing to follow, expectation to follow, is our materials. These are nice things. They're brand new. The only other people who have used them is the other class, LSU. So take care of your materials. That's my other expectation. And the third one is to follow my directions. If I say don't touch things yet, don't touch things yet. If I say to start painting in this square of the paper, start doing that, okay? So we're following directions, we're being good to each other, and we're taking care of our materials. Those are our 3 expectations. Okay, so who can raise their hand and tell me what we watched for our field trip? What happened on our field trip, Jermairi?
On our field trip, we went to the movies and we watched The Lightning Thief of Percy Jackson.
So who else can add on? Why did we watch that movie? Why did we watch that movie, Caleb Smith?
Because we read the book.
We read the book. So today our objective is something a little different from normal. So the first thing we're going to do is learn a lot with this paper you have on your desk now. And if you follow my directions, you might get a brand new paper and you get to illustrate your own scene. What are the words that you see, Planira?
Colors, and I think that this favorite.
What colors, though? What's that first? Primary colors. Who can raise their hand and tell me what they think primary means? What does primary mean? Kayla Smith?
Original colors.
Original. I love that. So there's something really amazing about the color wheel and primary colors. We know prime means first, right? Because a prime number is the first number. It can't be made by other numbers yet. It's the original. So every color in the color wheel can be made by 3 colors. Close. What's the last one? Kalisa? Blue. Red, yellow, and blue. 2 snaps, 2 claps. So right now, you can open your paint. You can now touch the materials, open your paint. And if you don't have a paintbrush or a supply, you let me know, but everyone should have a paintbrush. So watercolor, the reason the paint will move with watercolor is because you add water to the pigment. So what we need to do is we're going to start with, let's see. We're going to start with red. So what I'm going to do, you're going to follow along and do exactly what I do on the camera. You'll be able to see. I'm coming around, and it looks like everyone's doing the right thing. Everything has it their own way. You don't need to talk. We're following my directions. Once you have finished painting the red part, I will know you are finished by your faces tracking me.
I messed up.
You know what I said before about talking about each other's work? The worst thing, even worse than that, is talking about your own work. Because we can make mistakes in art, and it's okay. Because every little piece we do is kind of expression of ourselves. So it's all right if you think you messed up, because someone else might think it looks really amazing. All right, I hope everyone's making sure they paid attention. But if they didn't and they put the yellow in the wrong place, we can very quickly fix it. Okay, so we have all the we're going to fix it. I'll show you a little trick. So we have all the primary colors colored in. And there's a special way to figure out where else the colors go, because there's a certain pattern in our color wheel. I'm going to write a word on the board, and you've seen this word before, but it has a different meaning, because it's spelled a little bit differently. Compliment. So we know the word compliment, like, I really like your shirt, Diamond, but this word's different. This has an E instead of an I. A compliment is a color opposite. Can everyone say that? A compliment is a color opposite?
A compliment is a color opposite.
Right? So we have primary colors, and they're the initial ones, the original ones, just like Kayla said. But then secondary colors are made by blending 2 primary colors. So Vincent led us in a perfect transition, because he accidentally put yellow here. But we're going to find out the equation of blue, yellow plus blue. So what do you notice about what it made? What did it make?
Green.
What did it make by raising our hand? Michael? It made green. So right now, Vincent, I want you to make sure your yellow is still wet and add blue to it. Because that will make it be green. And that's what every part on the color wheel, if there are two primary colors, you see how the blue and yellow are here? The green goes in between. Because when you mix blue and yellow, it makes green. You'll notice that Christmas colors are complementary colors. When they're next to each other, our eye goes first to them because they're complements. They do something different when they're mixed together, but we'll learn about that later. Can you guess what yellow's color opposite is? What do you think I should paint next? The answer to my equation, I'm going to mix the red and blue now. Let's see what I get. Ooh.
Purple.
It's purple. Does anyone want to raise their hand and think about what things they see in life that are purple and yellow? What do they see that are purple and yellow a lot? When we see purple and yellow next to each other, Ron? LSU. We're in the LSU classroom and we see purple and yellow next to each other all the time. And it's really smart of LSU because purple and yellow are complements. If purple and yellow are next to each other, our eyes go first to them. So I've been talking about Christmas colors, LSU colors as two colors that when they come out of the tube and they're set side by side, they stay really bright and your eye goes right to them. But something different happens when we mix a complement. Think about different characters in the lightning thief. And think about the colors we just made on the color wheel. If we were to illustrate a scene from the lightning thief, what kind of colors would you choose for each character? Just think in your head about this. What have you noticed about these colors? Yeah, we know that yellow and red were primary. It made orange.
I didn't want to say anything about the emotion, but I wanted to tell you that every time that the colors change into something, like orange is between yellow and red, and that makes orange, and red and blue is and purple is in between red and blue to make purple, and blue and orange and yellow is blue in between blue and yellow to make.
Exactly. So the color wheel is really magical. About Control. Fire. I imagine fire. Those look like fiery, warm colors. Okay. Anyone want to add on, Thomas?
I thought when I was looking at these colors, I thought red, and
Ooh, that's a good idea. This side of the color wheel are all warm colors. Can we say warm colors?
Warm colors.
These are warm colors. This side is cool colors. Can you say cool colors?
Cool colors.
So blue, green, and purple, they're cool. That means when I look at blue, I'm kind of get calmer. Blue, green, and purple kind of recede from your eyes. Red, orange, and yellow, they have a lot of energy. They're warm or angry or happy. But blue, green, and purple, they kind of are more chill, right? They look like exactly the ones that come out of here. We didn't mix them with anything else. It's the pure color. But if I look at this painting, this has red, yellow, and blue in it, but does it look a little different compared to our blue in this? What do we imagine and feel when we look at this blue in this painting? What kind of mood is this painting? What mood is this painting, Renaya?
Sad.
It's sad and depressing because it's not this pure bright blue that's right in the tube. It's a different type of blue. We added the complement to it. We added the complement, which is the
Opposite color.
the opposite color. Crazy room and all these things going on. So the printer made this a little funny, but this was originally yellow, and it had a lot of the complement in it. A lot of this night scene out of the doorway is purple. And a lot of the shadows were made with purple. So it had a lot of the complement in it. Do we have a prediction? Will it be like this blue in this painting? Or will it be like the guitarist painting? Or do we have any prediction? Renaya? Like the guitarist. Kind of a moody version. So I have orange plus blue. And it makes kind of a muddy color when you add two complementary colors to each other. It makes kind of a muddy color. Kind of purpley. What did you say, Diamond?
Black.
Black. So like whenever we add complements, it turns into a neutral. Neutral colors are brown, black, gray, tan, colors like that. Colors not super bright on the color wheel, but those other colors. So I'm going to just write brown. Because it looks kind of brown to me, this one. But yours might look a little different. Everyone's might look a little different.
When I was painting, I was making a mistake and kept on doing it like that.
You know what? How many people have painted for 10 years of their life? 10 years of your life, your whole life, every day you painted, Kira? Did you? Ron, every day of your life of 10 years you painted? Every day?
I have a paint set.
That's a lot of time. You think you're in school probably instead of painting all day. So everyone, this is practice, right? We're not experts. We don't have 10,000 hours in this. We don't. So it's okay if we make mistakes, if our brushes aren't amazing, our paper isn't amazing. We're just practicing. We're learning right now. That's what we need to worry about as a 4th grader, as a 10-year-old. Just practicing.
How you make a pure red?
The pure red? Oh, just, you don't make it. Remember, it's a, what kind of color is red?
Primary.
Primary. You can't make it. You have to use it. What kind of character would have the red plus the complement in the Lightning Thief, you think? Who? What do you think Percy might? There's no wrong answer. You can have your own painting. But what do you think Percy might have, Alicia?
Blue.
Maybe blue. Why do you think that? Can someone add on? Why do you think Percy could be blue, Kimon?
Because he's a god, he a demigod, and he controls water.
Ooh, Percy controls water.
And he's very calm.
He is calm. He's kind of the leader. He's calm. He knows what's going on. He isn't high energy and unpredictable like Hades, right? We're going to do something called watercolor resists. Does anyone know what crayons are made of mostly? I said watercolor is made of mostly of water. What are crayons mostly made of? What do you think, Thomas?
Wax.
Wax. So if I got oil from my bicycle or a car on my clothes, can I just get it off with water?
No.
I need something really powerful. So we know wax resists water. We know that about wax. So I'm going to show y'all a technique where you can use a crayon. And I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm just going to do Zeus's lightning bolt.
Oh.
So I did this with my crayon, which is made out of wax. But then I'm going to go get a color that is the complement. I know it'll pop out really well. I'm going to get the purple. And I'm going to go over it. And you can see what happens. It kind of resists paint. You see it, the yellow popping out even though I'm painting it? So I want everyone to think really hard about a scene they really love from the Lightning Thief or a character they think is kind of crazy and they really want to show that character. And I want you to think about the pure color or the color with the complement in it. That muddy, moody color that shows a whole lot of emotion. So do you think your scene or your setting would have this kind of blue with the complement or a really pure blue, just like out of the tube? Okay, so think about our colors and what we've learned about colors, and I'm going to come around and give you a piece of paper. So we talked about colors. We talked about warm colors, cool colors, the color opposite. When we add the color opposite, it makes it a moody, kind of emotional color. And then if you don't add the color opposite, it stays bright, it stays pure. Let's use our crayons. Before we do watercolor, we're going to do our outline of the people or the waves or whatever we want with crayons. And then we'll go back with the watercolor. So I know a lot of artists, when they're in their studio, they need silence in order to concentrate. So I want everyone to respect the other artists in this room. And we're going to start doing this at a level 0. Because I know a lot of artists that really love silence in order to concentrate. So we're just going to do that instead of talking. Okay? And there's no mistakes, right? Because we're all practicing. We're not 10,000-hour artists. We're just practicing, so it's okay. Important to keep in mind, our paper is really big, fancy art paper. Let's try and fill this paper up. If we did just one tiny corner, we could have done that on a napkin at home or something. We wanted to take advantage of this big paper and fill it all up. So right now, I need people, I know some of us might not be finished, but we can find time later to work on it. But I need people to put all your crayons inside of your box. And whoever does that first can be my helper to go around with the crayon box and pick them up. Diamond looks like he's ready. And I know he's been really following directions today. He's been really focused so he can help clean up. So bring this around and get it from different people.